spraying a mixture of soap and water onto my fruit trees because it's supposed to help with aphids, because they've been attacked by them really badly. And I actually learned that when you have aphids, you usually have ants, because the ants love to eat the secretions of the aphids, which is sweet. So what they do sometimes is that the ants put the aphids themselves onto the trees so that it can feed on that substance. Really cheeky and really smart. I am considering selling the bike. I keep changing my mind, honestly, because I adore this bike. I really love it. Yeah, I love this bike a lot. But then, since I have Vongola now, and I wasn't already using it that much last year, and now that I have him, I don't see myself leaving him to go in the bike. I much rather go places with him. So I think that this bike is just gonna collect dust in the next few years, and that would be a shame for it to not be used. So yeah, I think I'm gonna sell it. Anytime that I see somebody riding the bike, I'm like, no, I don't want to sell my bike. I love riding motorbikes. But then, yeah, if I don't use it, then what's the point of having it? So I'm gonna reattach the battery that I removed for the winter, otherwise it would rain and die, like it already happened in the last winter. And then I'm gonna clean it, and if weather allows it, I'm gonna take some pictures, so at least it's ready to sell if I do decide to go ahead. Yeah, breaks my heart, but again, sometimes you have to make, you know, the most sensible decision. Also, I told myself that if I can sell this bike for a decent price, then I might be able to get to Scotland maybe in September. We'll see. Yeah, that is definitely something that is motivating me to sell the bike if I can afford like a nice trip. I don't know. It just makes me so happy. How can I get rid of it? It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Huh? To make a little sidecar for him. Today I have a very interesting meal because I had so many leftovers in the fridge. Like, look, it looks like I went to a buffet or something. We've got polenta, a veggie burger, some pasta with olives I had done yesterday, tofu, potato, the filling of some panzerotti that I've done the other day is like a pizza filling, and then seitan goulash that I made with handmade seitan, which is the best, but it takes forever. The goulash is even better when it's been in the fridge for a few days. Delicious. By the way, you probably already know this if you've been following me for a while, but I never really spoken directly about this. So I actually do follow a vegan diet, and I never spoken about this directly because I don't want to sound like I'm value signaling or telling anybody that what they're doing they're wrong, and I find it hard to explain myself and like to discuss the topic with all its nuances on a video. And I would much rather have a conversation with people directly so that we can have like bounce back ideas. And but at the same time, I'm realizing that what I think, what my values are actually important, and it would be important for me to share them so that you can get a more honest view of who I am as a person. And also I know that one person can influence a lot of people, especially if you have a platform. And so yeah, I just wanted to address this. I'm not gonna go into my reasoning too much because otherwise this video is gonna be just about my diet. If you want, I think make a video about it. I'm just not really comfortable with the feedback that I would be getting. I don't like conflict. I really don't like conflict. So I avoid it. This is why I often maybe don't share my opinions on strong topics. I have a lot of opinions, like, don't get me wrong, and I do share them in my real life, but online I feel a bit not too sure about it. But to make it short, I've been vegetarian since I was 12, so it's been more than 20 years, and a vegan since I was 20, so it's been 13 years this year. And my views on the topic have shifted a lot. Like, I started with a really black and white idea, and now I can see more nuances on the topic, and I can understand where people are coming from. And this is also why I struggle, talking about my views, because I understand that everybody is in a different situation, might have a different background, different way of thinking about the world. And so I don't want to impose my view on people without them being able to, say back what they think in a way. But anyway, let me know if you're more interested in this topic. I will do my best and get over the fear of conflict and the fear of people misunderstanding. And I can share more my views about that and my views about other things as well, because I think on this channel I've always been very politically correct in a way. I haven't really been sharing my stance on things because I want this to be a safe place where you can relax and not think about all the horrible things going on in the world and what you should and shouldn't do. But at the same time, as I said, I think it's important to share at the same time. I'm gonna enjoy this meal now. It's probably cold by now. Since in the last month it rained a lot, I've been spending a lot of time indoors, and it was good because I got back into sewing, which is something that I've been wanting to get back to for a while, but then life gets in the way, I guess, and I choose other hobbies. But what happened is that I needed new underwear, and I needed new underwear for a while, but I don't want to just buy cheap underwear that's not going to last, which is what I've been doing for the last years. I just buy the cheap fast fashion underwear, and then you have to do that every few years really. But at the same time, I couldn't really spend 15 to 20 euros for one pair of underwear for the good kind, like the organic, ethically made underwear. If I needed to buy 10 new panties, that would be 200 euros in panties, so that would be just too expensive. So I thought, how about we try make our own? And I did. I made about 10 now, and it's really cool because the first ones get a bit weird when you still need to understand how it works. But then once you get it, then you can make them fairly quickly, and it's much less expensive to make them. I think I spent about €1 making the underwear with the elastic and everything, and it takes me an hour to make them, about an hour I would say. And also I know that I'm the only one that's been exploited in the process. I mean, of course you still need to buy the fabric, but the fabric that I buy in Italy is normally made in Italy. Not that that means that the workers are paid fairly, but usually the working conditions are a little bit better than maybe fast fashion companies based in other countries have. Anyway, that's just to say, I'm not going to show you my underwear. That's a bit weird. But if you if you have a few notions of sewing machine, then making underwear is really a lot of fun, and you can choose your own fabric. You can choose your own elastic. You can make them as wide as small as you want them. And yeah, I'm really proud of myself for learning something new, and this way I'll never have to buy new underwear again. And actually now I would like to also learn how to make bras, but that's a lot more difficult. Again, I've been needing a bra for, like, the last time I bought a bra I think it was 6 years ago, and they're all falling apart. I need a new bra, but I don't want to just buy the cheap fast fashion one, so I'm gonna attempt and make one. But this is just to say that today I am gonna make those makeup remover pads. I made lots for myself, but now I have a lot of fabric left, so I thought I'm gonna make some for my friends, and they're super easy to make and they work super well. Like, I already been using them for the past week, and they remove all the makeup, they wash super well, and all you need to do is to get 2 circles of fabric, one in your towel fabric and one in your top fabric, which is better if it's cotton. I bought 2 kinds of towel material. One is viscose and one is 100% cotton. Honestly, I tried both. I like them both. Obviously cotton is a little bit better. I think it's more sustainable than viscose, but you probably want to do your research in that. Viscose is a bit softer than, I mean, it's not really soft, is it? It's a bit sleeker than cotton, but really I haven't noticed any difference in the cleaning of the face. So you just want to cut 2 circles, and then you're gonna stitch a circle in the wrong side, both the wrong side. You're gonna leave a gap of like 3 centimeters where you can turn the fabric over. Turn the fabric over, top stitch, you're done. You've got a cotton pad.
Como assim não se vê nem na revista, nem no TikTok ou no Instagram de artista? Corpo de mestiça, de tanta coisa boa, te quero dar beijo na garoa.
There you go. I've made about 20, and it took me about an hour to make them. If you had an overlocker sewing machine, then it would probably take you half of the time. But yeah, ready to gift.
Da primeira vez que eu te vi, menina, meu coração pulou pra boca. Corpão assim não se vê nem na revista, nem no TikTok ou no Instagram de artista.
I thought that Vongola wouldn't lose much here because he's short coated, but he absolutely does. By the way, his ear infection is doing a lot better. Tomorrow we're going to the vet to get them checked, but I already noticed that he can hear sounds much better than before he wouldn't hear, so that is very good news. Also, I was thinking about what I was telling you before about why I never really share my opinions or like my values, or at least I don't dwell on it. And I think what I'm most concerned about is that whenever you stand on a topic, whichever topic it is, then people will want you to be perfect at it. So for example, if I say I'm vegan, then people are gonna look at anything that I'm not doing correctly to dismantle my argument and to say, oh yeah, you're not a real vegan, or you're not doing things properly. But this goes on for whichever topic we're talking about. And I don't know if I have the mental, emotional bandwidth to deal with this kind of feedback. And I might look like a strong person, and I am for most things, but emotionally I'm actually quite, like, it doesn't take much for me to just go like to have like a downward, to go into a downward spiral. And so that's why I think mainly I haven't shared stuff like that. But at the same time, I realize that in the world we need people to be talking about what they believe in, otherwise nothing's gonna change. And if nothing changes, then I'm gonna be even more sad and upset about the state of the world. So maybe I need to start sharing a bit more. But yeah, let me know what you think. Like, do you prefer watching channels that are just like don't say much, are just like neutral, or do you prefer when people stand their ground and say what they think, even if they might be wrong, even if you don't agree? Then I don't know, I really admire people that say what they think and fight for their ideas, because it takes a lot of strength, a lot of tough skin that I don't know if I have. But at the same time, sometimes I just like to watch people that just like show me nice landscapes and like talk about things that aren't that important. I mean, they are important, but they're not like political or anything like that. I don't know. Let me know what you think. By the way, I do talk about more in-depth stuff on Patreon, but it's because, and this is not an ad for Patreon, but just to explain, on Patreon there's a lot less people that follow me there, the good ones. And so I feel a lot safer sharing stuff there. But on a bigger platform where anybody can watch my videos, then I don't feel as safe. But again, that's where you can have more of an impact. So yeah, I don't know. It's stuff I've been thinking about lately because of everything that's been going on. Yeah, I've been wanting to learn how to properly play the banjo for so long now. I had this banjo for about 10 years, I think. It was actually a present. And I've been taking this banjo everywhere with me. It was in the van. In fact, I even broke its neck once over here. I think it was on the floor and I walked on over it, so I had to reglue it. It's been through a lot, and I think it's only fair that I learn how to play just something with it. So yesterday I thought, right, I need to find an online course and I need to pay for it, because there's online lessons for free on YouTube, but then when it's free you don't really stick to it because you haven't paid for it. At least that's what happens with me. So I paid for a course, and now yesterday I've done my first lesson, and then today I'm doing the second one, and I just need to practice my rolls. The teacher has a backing tune that you need to listen to, and then you need to try and keep up with the tune. I think you're gonna hear a lot of this in the next few months.